Hey, volleyball fans, Coach Dennis here from Max Touch Volleyball, where we believe that the game is the best coach. So get out there and play the game. Today, we're going to finish off our part 3 of the 10-minute practice plan, how using the design down planning method will improve your sessions and save you time. Let's get going. If you haven't already seen part 1 and 2, I encourage you to look down below in the notes and click on those parts. And that way you can start with part 1 and part 2 and then rejoin us in part 3. You'll find that we talked about the volleyball cycle of actions and so how we use the cycle of actions to pull out our themes and the things that we want to work on. We recommend that you only use one theme per day and use it within the context of the game. Once you've picked your theme, then you pick your skills that the players are going to perform. But please remember, at the heart of it all, it's reading and decision making. So please give some thought to the cues and the decisions that your players will have to make within the context of the game. We talked about different types of drills and specifically simulated play or scrimmage style activities versus method 1, 2, or 3 drills. And finally, you end with your warm-up, which is related to your theme. So that's where we're going to kick it off today. And we're going to talk about the warm-up. Generally speaking, you have limited amount of time in the gym, and so you want to take advantage of it as much as possible. I recommend getting started using the net as much as possible. However, there are some good, general, spontaneous, fun, dynamic activities that you can do, things like tag or king or queen of the court. And then you can also use those games to start initiating or start talking about the specific or transferable skills that you will be using that are related to the theme you've chosen of the day. So there's really no wasted time. And I also like to incorporate speed work or dynamic jumping, ballistic movements in a safe manner so that they're getting ready for what they're going to be doing for the next 60, 90, or possibly 120 minutes. And so what I'll do is in our Queen's game or our King's game, I'll put a ladder or some pylons off the court. And then when they're eliminated from the game, they go and they do some jumping action or a ladder drill or something that takes about 5-10 seconds. And then I've even been known to put skipping ropes on the side. And then they go back into their lines, and that continues throughout the warm-up. That's it. You have created yourself a plan that is very specific and designed from the top down. We started with the cycle of actions from which we pulled a theme. So now you just flip the whole thing over that you've created and you start with the warm-up. You use your method 1, 2, or 3 drills and you end with a simulated game. And one of the things that I like about this system is that the planning is systematic. It's very specific. So as we've said, only use one theme per day. The skills are transferred. And because you're using them within the context of the game, not only do they get very specific skills and cues, but they've also worked on them within the context of the game. So when you move on to something else, those skills will stay with them. The planning method is very simple and duplicatable. So for instance, your method 1 drills you can use the same activity over and over again, but you just focus on something different each day. So if you have a group of passers, a group of setters, a group of hitters, a group of blockers, a group of diggers, you just rotate them around and then you focus on your attention on something different every time. There's several points of feedback. We talked about, of course, coaching feedback. We talked about video feedback, and we talked about observational or peer feedback. And ultimately, it's fun. As you saw there, the warm-up starts with something spontaneous and fun. It ends with something that's fun, which is the game, and then the learning happens in the middle. I want to thank you very much for joining me for all 3 parts of the design down method and how it will benefit you and your players. If you liked it, please like us or share, and then, of course, slam on that subscribe bell so that the next time we produce information, you'll be the first to get it. So until next time, it's Coach Dennis from Max Touch Volleyball saying, get out there and play the game.